let me explain why you're making SEO more difficult than it needs to be. And to get started, I want to show you my best performing post out of the whole of 2024 on LinkedIn, and it was titled, "On Friday, we lost a pitch." And we lost the opportunity to work with a client that we've really wanted to work with because our strategy for the first half of 2025 focused on keeping things simple and nailing the basics. It just wasn't sexy. But really, SEO should be simple. And to understand why it should be simple, we need to return to our focusing question. And that focusing question is, what are we trying to achieve? And ultimately, we're trying to achieve sales. With any marketing discipline, and SEO is no different, the reason that we're doing it is because we want to shift the needle and we want to grow our business. And to grow our business, we need sales. But to get sales, we need to generate leads. And to get leads, we need traffic. We need our SEO strategies to be generating high quality, relevant traffic. But to get traffic, we need impressions, we need that visibility. And to get that visibility, we're going to need rankings. And I've spoken across a few videos now about no matter how hard we try, we're not going to be able to get all of these all at once. But there's so much that we could be doing. If you think about SEO as a discipline, we have our ultimate goal of organic growth in the middle, of getting sales, but we could be doing link building, we could be doing CRO, we could be doing technical SEO, we could be doing on-page SEO, we could be doing supporting blogs, we could be doing supporting social content. And that is a huge thing now, which is most SEO strategies are converting into organic search strategies that focus on search engines, but also focus on social media as well. So, for example, you could be doing things on TikTok, you could be doing things on YouTube, you could be doing things on Facebook, whatever it may be. These strategies are growing more and more complex. And this is one of the big things that we find hinders success, which is you may be looking to grow your business. You might be the marketing team, you might be a business owner. And you're thinking, okay, I'm looking at 2025 and I know that I want to make it an even better year than 2024 was. I may already be doing, say, PPC, and I'm thinking, do I need to reduce reliance on PPC and become, having a more holistic strategy? Or is it actually that I want to double down, I want to be running PPC and I want to be running SEO to get even more growth? So you go, okay, yep, I'm going to be doing that. And you start to research SEO and you start to think about where could I begin. But as we've spoken about previously, there is so much that you could be doing. And because there's so much you could be doing, it is really hard to get started. And most people will do a bit of research, then decide, actually, I'm going to put my laptop away and I'm going to go back to what I was already doing. So to be truly successful at SEO, we need to, first of all, get started. We need to know where to start and get started. And then we need to get that momentum building. And by keeping things simple, it allows us to build that momentum a lot quicker. And the principles of SEO are incredibly simple. We like to think of SEO, and many people will describe this in the same way, as having three core pillars or slices of a pie. You have your content, you have your amplification, and you have your technical optimizations. And to focus and grow organically, we need to be across all three of those pillars. Most websites that we work with, and most websites, kind of rule of thumb across the internet, I would say, are going to benefit most from content generation, which is why in our chart here, it is the biggest slice of the pie. But as I said, we need to be working across all three of them to have a truly successful SEO strategy. And as I said here, for most websites, the split is going to look something like this, where you've got 25% focusing on your technical pillar, you've got 25% on your off-page, and then the bulk of your efforts is being focused on content generation. That could be user-generated content as well, but it's going to be focused on content generation because you need that content to be able to then move into the off-page optimizations. But there's one thing that runs alongside all of this at the bottom, which we call a relentless focus on the customer experience, which is, regardless of what we're doing across any marketing activity, including SEO, is we need to be always focused on providing genuine value to the user. That value could be entertainment, that value could be education, but we need to be providing value to the users. And there's one concept that I think breaks down SEO into its most simplest form and allows us to provide that relentless focus on the customer experience. And that is something called topic clustering. If you ever talk to myself or my co-founder Brendan or Matt, our head of SEO, all of us will always first start talking about topic clusters because I think it's the underpinning of a really solid SEO content strategy. So what you have is you have your centralized piece of content or topic or service area, whatever it may be, in the middle. And then all you're focused on doing is creating supporting content around that core pillar. So I'll show you an example. So let's say you are a law firm, you're a solicitors, and one of the core service areas that you have is family law and divorce. So you may have a core landing page of divorce solicitors. And you could say, okay, I've got that landing page, I've optimized it for search, my job here is done. But that is not how people work, that is not how people search. They may start to think about needing a divorce solicitor because they may be having some problems with their marriage and deciding that divorce is the best route to go. But they may have so many other questions. For example, they may be thinking, well, who's going to get the house in a divorce where there are 2 kids at home? How long is the process going to take? What am I entitled to in the divorce? What are the grounds for divorce in the UK? Do I need a divorce, or actually do I need an annulment? And actually, you know what? We have a few assets within the family. We're very fortunate. But how are those assets going to be divided? And a really solid strategy could just be to start answering those questions. And one of the things that we like to do in terms of keeping this simple is you don't necessarily need to do keyword research. If you already have a family law divorce team within your solicitors, speak to them. Ask them what kind of questions they're getting asked all of the time, and just go ahead and start writing content that answers those questions. Because if real customers, real potential clients are asking those questions, so many other people are going to be searching those questions as well. But how do you create that high quality audience first content? And what about the other pillars? There are probably questions that you're asking yourself as you're watching this video. And the answer is that I have some videos coming very soon to answer both of those questions. But for now, I'm going to focus on the core topic of this video, which is why you should be keeping SEO simple and how that's going to allow you to succeed. So let's look at why keeping things simple will improve your success. Well, firstly, it's going to allow you and your board or your team members to make better investment decisions. There's a great quote that I love by Hormozi that he says that clients who make decisions based on emotion are the hardest to serve. And whilst we use the word clients because we're an agency, if you're an in-house team as well, the best way to think about that is everybody that you interact with, all your internal stakeholders, they're clients too. And if you're getting them to make decisions based on emotion, as soon as there seems to be some cracks in there, let's say Google make an algorithm update or there's some implementation delays, the cracks start to show really quickly because all of the good feeling around the SEO strategy that you presented, that sexy SEO strategy, the buy-in was based on emotion. But really what we need to do is we need to try as hard as possible to make the decision as data-led, as strategic as possible, and less about emotion. And by keeping things simple, one, it makes it a lot easier to understand. But two, it makes it a lot harder to be really emotionally invested in that new shiny thing as well. And because of that as well, it gives you much wider buy-in. So one of the big challenges that you have when implementing an SEO strategy, especially for the first time, is so many people need to be involved. You're going to need copywriters. You're going to need the web developers to make technical SEO changes. You're going to need input from the PPC team to understand what they're doing, what keywords are working. And you're going to need input from probably most people within your organization, because to have a really solid SEO strategy, you're going to need input from them, whether that be them writing pieces, providing expert quotes, or appearing in videos. You're going to need buy-in from so many people. And the more simple you can make the strategy that you're executing against, the more it takes away the need for people to have a technical knowledge and understanding to be bought in. And speed is a huge competitive advantage. We see this all the time. It's a trap that here at 𝗹𝗶𝗶𝗆, myself and Brendan have fallen into before, where we've been moving too slowly and missed out on opportunities. And if we can keep things simple, it allows us to accelerate implementation. And accelerating implementation is a huge competitive advantage. Like if you can see something is working and you can double down on that a lot quicker than your competitors, you're going to be ahead of them quicker. It also allows you, as the person who's implementing the SEO strategy, or if you're working with a provider like 𝗹𝗶𝗶𝗆, it allows us to make better and clearer SEO decisions. So if we go back to that focusing question of what are we trying to achieve? We're trying to achieve sales. To achieve sales, we need the leads. To get the leads, we need the traffic. To get the traffic, we need the impressions. And then ultimately, we need the rankings. It allows us to keep things really simple. Okay, well, what should we be reporting on? Let's only report on those metrics. And then from there, every week we can jump on a call and go, well, are these metrics going up or down? If they're going down, let's dig into it. If they're going up, let's go dig into it so we know that we can double down and do more of the same. That's why I absolutely love this lead and lag measures table and why it's appeared in so many videos, because it is so simple and so easy to report on. That means that we have that not only speed of that competitive advantage, but we're also able to make those decisions a lot clearer and also a lot quicker. Simplicity wins. It gives us the foundations for long-term sustainable growth whilst getting all of the buy-in from all of the people that we're going to need for that SEO strategy to be truly successful. So that is it for today's video. If anybody's got any questions on anything that I've been through, please drop me a message on LinkedIn or in the YouTube comments. And yeah, we'll speak in the next video.